Okay, so we get to this middle section in the Lady Macbeth extract, Act 1, Scene 5, and this is the part where obviously the soliloquy ends and it becomes dialogue with the attendant. Um, Importantly here, I think there's a sense of tension and anxiety that comes from Lady Macbeth, but almost a sort of a possessed kind of excitement as she sees that the circumstances surrounding Duncan are actually playing into her hands. The plot is almost sort of emerging and joining with her plan. So the circumstances of reality are becoming more and more suitable to the plan that she is creating in her mind. She says, first of all, "What is your tidings?" And the attendant says, "The king comes here tonight." And Lady Macbeth then says, "Thou art mad to say it." So there's a sense here of ambiguity, I think, almost a sense of fear that she almost loses her temper a little with the attendant because almost out of excitement. She's first of all fearful that the king is coming because she hasn't undergone the necessary preparations, the sort of ceremonies of state that it would require for the king to stay in Dunsinane in their castle. But also, I think, a sense of almost mad excitement about the way in which the circumstances are unfolding in a way that suits her plan. So there's a fear and a sense of ambiguity. And the ambiguity comes from the combination of fear and perhaps excitement that is emerging because of the way that the circumstances are becoming like her plan. She then says, "Is not thy master with him?" And this, I think, this rhetorical question is demonstrating her sense of uncertainty and fear. She then says, "Who were it so would have informed for preparation," i.e., if Macbeth were with the king, he would have informed us that we needed to prepare for Duncan's arrival. The attendant says, "Well, so please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message." So here, the breath of this messenger, who is obviously being described as if he has been fleeing back to Dunsinane to tell Lady Macbeth that King Duncan is on his way and is out of breath because of the speed that he's gone at. This breath is personified. The breath had scarcely more than would make up his message, as if the breath itself is constructing physically the message that he needed to communicate. And I think it shows us the messenger's urgency, which again shows us the status and power of the king, how important Duncan is, because of the urgency of this particular message. So that sense of breathless anxiety is something that I think characterizes this short section of dialogue between Lady Macbeth and the attendant. Her final line, "Give him tending, he brings great news," and then the attendant exits. Obviously, this great news is ambiguous. Who brings great news? Duncan? He brings great news of Macbeth's elevation to the position of the Thane of Cawdor, or the messenger bringing them great news about Duncan's arrival and therefore the plot to the ability of Lady Macbeth to plot Duncan's demise.